Well, we all vote by mail now, but what about voting online? The next step to casting your vote and whether hackers are really the biggest concern coming up. Instead of dropping off your ballot at the post office, could you soon be able to vote from your home computer? Dan Springer has more on the possibility of more online voting.
Voting in America has traditionally been a very public show of democracy, from the lines at polling places to the poring over ballots in front of campaign observers and the media. But in King County, Washington, with over 1 million registered voters, an election for public office was just conducted almost all online, the largest e-vote ever in the U.S.
I think it was a raging success, even though we had fewer votes than we did last year.
Eric Nelson won the election for Conservation District Supervisor with fewer than 1,300 votes. Overall turnout was less than 0.3%, about half the number of voters from a year ago when they stuffed this old-fashioned ballot box in person. Farmer Corey Huskinson liked the convenience.
I mean, last year I had to drive to Carnation, probably wait about 40 minutes because there was a line out the library. This year, I just quickly did it online.
There were some security hoops to jump through. Voters had to mail, fax, or email their signatures to Election Trust, the private company that conducted the election, so they could be matched against voter registrations.
With the proper due diligence on the front end and eyeballs on the servers during the election, you can ensure that the data transaction will be secure end to end.
Not everyone is so convinced. Computer experts say the biggest threat to security is not from hackers, but an inside job.
If I compromise a computer, I control all the activities that go on that computer. So it doesn't matter what you're doing or how you're trying to vote.
The public must be able to see and authenticate without need for special expertise. The minute you say, well, you have to have special expertise, you transfer the control from the many to the few.
Washington's Secretary of State says online elections can be done securely, and he supported a bill that would have allowed it for military personnel overseas. But in Europe, where the practice first took off, Germany and some other countries are starting to put the brakes on, trusting paper and people over computers and their programmers. In Seattle, Dan Springer, Fox News.
And we'll be right back.